to order. Is there anything to report from executive session? Then let's do the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And we have approval of minutes. Mrs. Harlow.
First, we have the special meeting of October 21st at 5 p.m. So far, we had 2 meetings that night, so.
I have no changes.
Nor do I.
Nor do I.
Motion to approve October 21st, 2014.
Second.
Mr. Dieters?
Aye.
Ms. Reinhardt?
Aye.
Mr. Bitter?
Aye.
And then the regular meeting of January 13th, 2015.
I have no changes.
No changes.
Nope.
Motion to approve January 13th, 2015.
Second.
Mr. Dieters?
Aye.
Ms. Reinhardt?
Aye.
Mr. Bitter?
Aye.
And the regular meeting of February 10th.
No changes.
No changes.
No changes.
Make a motion to approve February 10th, 2015.
Second.
Mr. Dieters?
Aye.
Ms. Reinhardt?
Aye.
Mr. Bitter?
Aye.
Thank you.
Tonight we have a presentation is up next. We have Mr. Timming. Mr. Timming, if you want to come forward. I know you're hiding out there. Tonight we have a certificate of recognition for Mr. Timming. As the trustees are recognizing him for his service and commitment to the township as a member of the Colerain Township Zoning Commission, and we appreciate your valuable contributions that you have made to the township during your many years of service. We have, you signed it, right? Yes, we've all signed it. We have a certificate for you, sir. And we thank you.
Do I get to say anything?
You don't have to, but if you want to, you can.
Well, I just wanted to say, I wanted to say, and I'm sorry that the cameras aren't here tonight, that...
They are. They're on the walls.
Okay, great. Terrific. I'll clean it up then. 9 years ago, former trustee Corman asked me to get involved in the township, and that followed up with Trustee Ritter asked me to get on the zoning commission, and I have to say it was a very rewarding experience for me to have to work with all the people here in the township. It's my impression is it was a first-class operation all the way, and I say that not only about the people present tonight, but some of my other commission members that have come and gone over the years. They were all great to work with. Rich Lauf, Tom Westfall is still here. But the one thing I did want to say is, and this is for people that are home listening, particularly the young people, that I think it's a responsibility of everyone to get involved in their community, not for compensation, but on a volunteer basis, because everybody's got a lot to learn, and it's a good way to not only get to know the people in your community and contribute to your community, but influence what goes on in your community. And when people stop doing that, then communities are going to suffer. And I have to say that I'm very proud to have served on this commission. We've had some really nice developments come through. I think we've stopped some bad ones from time to time. And people ask me, why am I getting off the commission? And I will tell you that some personal issues have come up with me over the last 6 months that requires me to spend a little bit more time on the home front. So I don't want anybody to think that I'm mad or I'm dissatisfied or somebody ticked me off some point along the line. That wouldn't chase me away. So thanks very much. I appreciate the honor, and good luck to everybody.
Thanks, Dan.
Dan, I just can't thank you enough for your service to the township. When you think about all the great developments, literally and figuratively, over the last 9 years since you've been on the commission, it's just a great testament to what we've been able to achieve together. From the Northgate Mall redevelopment, Stone Creek, and you could go on and on. Not only on the Colerain Avenue corridor, but the Liberty Nursing Home and just so many others. So I want to thank you again. You always represented the commission well with reasoned arguments. You never strayed too much one way or the other between being anti-development versus just a patsy for the developer. You always struck a balance between protecting the township's interest, doing your homework, and, I just think you served as a great model for what a commission member should be. So thank you again.
Dan, I think you know that is a thankless job many nights, and I appreciate the time. A lot of people don't realize, and there is no pay. He doesn't even get his name on the door like we do, but it's public service, and service is the optimum word. And when people care about their community, like Mr. Temming has over the last 9 years, he still will care. And to spend that kind of time, I think we all owe him a debt of gratitude. So thanks, Dan.
And what a lot of people don't realize is, while you not only do you not get compensated, and it's a lot of hours, the zoning area is one of the few areas of this township. There are lots of ways you can volunteer in your community, but the zoning area is one of the few areas where you literally shape what the township looks like. And a lot of people don't realize how important that can be, because we can have tons of junky stuff all up and down Colerain Avenue, but we don't, because we've tried to, take that into recognition over the years and pay attention. And through the zoning commissions, we've got very nice things all in our community. So it's definitely very, very important to volunteer in that capacity, because you literally shape what the rest of us see every day. So definitely appreciate you, Dan, and hopefully things will get better, and maybe you can come back and help out in the future somewhere down the line. And already Frank gave me this message, and I already forgot. We're not having the CIC meeting at 6:30 tonight. So if anybody's here just for that, we're not having it tonight. So there, I did it. And now we are on to administrative reports. You don't have anything? Perfect. Trustees reports. You want to start?
Actually, Mindy, the chiefs might have some reports.
I have them under public.
No, they've got
Okay.
a report.
Go
It's a
for it.
catch-all, I think.
Oh, okay.
Thanks.
Sorry.
Just a couple things. We learned this week that we're going to be receiving a $5,000 grant
Okay.
for the purchase of body cameras. This is something we've been investigating for about a year. It's part of my capital budget, so we're going to be able to purchase those now without any impact on our budget at all, so we're very excited about that.
Will that put a camera on all of our officers in the field? Or?
It should. We should be able to purchase enough where we have it 24 hours a day, so
Great.
we're very happy about that. At your seats, I placed some booklets. In October, I was approached by the publisher of those booklets, asking permission if he could advertise throughout the township to put ad space in the anti-drug book. In exchange for that, they supplied us with hundreds of the books that you've got there with you, and we're in the process now of passing those out to the community and to the people who donated. I think what's impressive is that those ad spaces were $400 to $1,000 a piece, and we had 35 of our businesses step forward and donate, so I thought that was remarkable. That's all I have.
I'd like to report on several fires that have occurred over the past few weeks here within the township, namely Walden Glen, East Miami River Road, Sheets Road, and Phoenix Drive. Each one of these fires caused significant property damage to each one of these properties. During the firefighting efforts, we were faced with some common challenges, the freezing temperatures, sub-zero, high winds, frozen fire hydrants, and in two of the incidents, no fire hydrants, so we had to truck in or tank in water supplies. As a result, there was an extensive use of mutual aid on our behalf from area departments as far as Bright, Indiana to the west and Woodlawn to the east. Many of these departments supplied us with multiple resources. So having said that, first of all, I'd like to publicly thank the efforts of not only our police and fire department employees. They did a great job. There were no injuries to any of our employees during the firefighting efforts. And then I'd also like to thank the jurisdictions that supported us during these incidents. That's not only in the fire extinguishment and control and the support efforts, they also provided support in the way that they've backed into our firehouses so we could continue to provide fire protection and emergency medical services to the community. So, like I said, there were several departments and agencies that helped us out during these four incidents. Thank you.
Do you have a list of those? I'd love to put that in the minutes so we'll be able to thank them for all of eternity.
Yeah, I will supply those to
Wonderful.
you. Yep.
Thank you.
Jeff?
I have no report.
Dan?
Just a couple items. Just a reminder, we held a public event on February 25th at Clippard Instruments on the heroin and opiate issue. Approximately, the count was around 115 to 120. A lot of great comments, a lot of good information exchanged between the communities and the professionals that were there. Appreciate Captain Mueller and all the chiefs. We had like 4 or 5 fire departments, a couple police departments, and a lot of folks from different communities there. Just for people's note, there's a local 12, Channel 12 heroin town hall meeting tomorrow night at Mason Middle School, and that's on live TV. It's starting at 7 o'clock on Channel 12, Channel 2, the CW, and I think it streams live on the internet. So we're interested to see how that proceeds. And then for Colerain Township, one of the next steps we're taking is Hamilton County Public Health has completed their epidemiologist has completed their study for us, and we're going to look to do something in April to present that to our community and learn what factors we are dealing with, injuries to falls and different things of that nature, and illnesses and injury, those kind of things, and present that to our community as we move forward with our community health collaborative. So some things going on. Thank you.
Yeah, I did have one thing, and I neglected to mention it during my trustees report, and I'm glad you reminded me about the opiate conference. I actually watched it on Waycross last night, and I just thought Captain Mueller and the chiefs and Director Malloy just did an outstanding job. I want to thank you for taking a leadership position on this terrible problem that's plaguing really all of society these days, and not just Colerain Township in the region. But anyway, I just thought it was well done, and you guys showed great leadership, so commend you.
Yeah, I will agree with Trustee Ritter. Director Malloy was nice enough to ask me to sit in on one of the meetings last week, and this is a problem for many families, and there's a lot of people that you'll talk to about this issue that say, well, we're not affected. Well, you are, because of the resources that we have to utilize to help those that are in a addiction and or overdose situation. How that flows downstream ends up being a direct effect on our bottom line as a township. So for our leadership, and I commend our leaders in our safety services and administration for getting in front of this issue. This is what responsible government has to do. And we're not going to solve the problem, but we owe it to the residents who will have to deal with this downstream to look at these solutions. So I commend you, and anything you need from us, obviously.
I was really happy to see the type of media coverage that event got, because we don't always get the best media coverage on things out here, and I thought that was a really positive thing to show that we're clearly active in our community trying to help come up with solutions to this. And one of the things that during my day job, I see trends because I do the arraignments. So I see things. And when I first started doing arraignments about 3 years ago is when I really started seeing people getting picked up for heroin. And usually it's, how did you come into first contact with the police officers? And back then heroin was, I got a traffic stop, I had an open warrant, I had heroin on me. That's how you got the charge. Now what I'm seeing on a very regular basis is, I OD'd in my parents' house. My parents had to call the cops because I was purple, and they had to bust down my bedroom door because I was unresponsive and administer Narcan. And I got charged with drug possession. So it's like it's gone from people just having it to literally the way they're coming into contact with officers is, I'm almost dead. So it is very, very, and that's not just Colerain, that's the entire county, but it is very disturbing to see that in just 3 years' time, that it's gone from I was okay and just had it on me to I'm dead. So I'm really happy that we have taken some proactive steps to try to counter that and maybe help people get away from the drug to start with and cope with it. And so obviously if you need anything from us, we are more than happy.
So we feel real comfortable moving forward. All the best interests of the township are being represented.
Is that everybody? Okay. Next we have citizens address. I have 2 people signed in tonight. Is Ms. Trapp here, Ms. Trapp? You wanted to speak, ma'am? Well, I knew Mr. Acton was going to ask to go last and would say ladies first, so that's why I just skipped. I knew he would say that if I did him first.
I asked him to go first. I guess most of mine is more, I'm Mary Ann Trapp, 3765 Susanna. And I'm here more to ask some questions rather than a presentation, so to speak. In your, guess in the administration section where you have approval of resolutions regarding issuance of bonds, help me understand a little bit how this works. We have bonds that we are cashing in order to purchase property, is that correct?
That is a, I'm sorry, that's a tax increment financing resolution that we're considering. And what happens is those $3 million in bonds that are being purchased are the tax revenue on the improved value of the property that's being paid back over a 20-year period. So we're not taking any money out of the Township General Fund. We're not coming out of pocket. The developer, the end user for the Kroger development where the TIF is being placed, is going to pay back the $3 million with interest over a 20-year period. There's absolutely no risk from the township standpoint. We have a service agreement that says any time that you can't pay the interest and the payment, then you have to come out of pocket and pay that. And we've done that with Stone Creek Town Center, with the Target development, with Northgate Mall, and this is what we're doing with this as well.
Okay, what I was kind of internalizing it as is that we were cashing in $4 million worth of bonds to, now maybe this is something different, where we're purchasing the property that Kroger's is going on, like the parking lot area and...
Sure. Great question.
Maybe I'm misunderstanding
No, that's a
this,
great
and that's
question.
why I'm here, to try to understand.
Nice. There it goes. The bonds, the $3 million in bonds is, we are doing things a bit differently with the Kroger TIF. And the $3 million in bonds, with the TIF legislation, we're allowed to put the money into the project to make it come to fruition. We're allowed to use that for the acquisition of property. We learned some hard lessons with the Stone Creek Town Center a few years ago when we did a it was a $4.8 million bond issue and TIF issue. Mm-hmm. The township actually tore down the houses that were acquired in the development. Mm-hmm. They also built 2 retaining walls. We built Stone Creek Boulevard. What the position that put the township in is something that was somewhat subjective. We were looking at change orders for the construction of the projects. We were looking at liability of owning houses for a period of time that we had to demo. So we used the TIF legislation this time to have a flat $3 million we're putting into the project to allow it to happen. And that is a fixed cost, and we're not going to be put in a position to manage construction projects and potentially a liability involved with us being a general contractor on improvements. So basically it's the same principle that was used with Stone Creek, but we're using it differently in terms of the acquisition of property. And none of that money, that $3 million, is coming out of the general fund or anything. That is new money that's being generated from the increased value of the development of the Kroger parcel.
Okay, I guess I totally misunderstood.
That was a great question. So.
I guess that solves all my other questions, because I was thinking that if we were cashing in bonds to purchase property, and I didn't know whether then Kroger's was buying it from us or we were going to rent it to them or how that was going to work. But I was thinking of the senior center that is closed. Now someone said that the Y is now being paid to operate it. Is that true?
The senior center is open, and the YMCA has a really long history and a lot of expertise in providing services to the seniors in Colerain Township. And we felt that a better use of our resources in this township was to pay the YMCA, the experts in programming, to actually expand programming and services to our seniors in Colerain Township up at our senior center. So it's certainly open. Please, I ask
So
that
it
you come up
is
and-
open, and
Yes,
there
it
are
is.
activities for us. and-
Lunches,
'cause
activities,
I went up
tours.
there not too long ago, and it was just locked up tight.
It may have been closed for one reason or another, but it's certainly open, and we're encouraging our seniors to go
Okay.
and take advantage of those
Okay.
programs.
Okay, well, I guess a lot of my other questions were related to spending some money to help the community rather than buying property for Kroger's. So I will,
It's a great question. So, thank you.
Mr. Acton, you're the only other one who signed in tonight.
Dan, I hope you're still here.
Oh,
Guess
no,
he
he
left
left.
already.
He left.
I was hoping he would stay around long enough till they get this irrigation problem straightened out for the zoning people. Next meeting, Jeff, is going to come up, so let you know. I'm here for a couple of reasons tonight, but good evening to the residents and the business people in Colerain Township and all the fellow citizens sitting here. As presented in the fall of 2014, I stated that I would give a report on Memorial Plaza or the corner up there every 6 months. I'm here to do that tonight because it's been 6 months before I've been here about the memorial. Residents and businesses today, they purchased 219 4x4 bricks, 32 16x16 pavers, or 12x24. Of these paver purchases, 9 were purchased by the military organizations, 10 by residents, and 12 by businesses. I would like to thank the following list of businesses and residents for purchase of payments. These people do not get a lot of broadcasting from these meetings, so if you'll bear with me, I'd like to run down the list real quick. Like the Northern Hills Chapter 115, the DAV, who just purchased a paver this week, and it's down at shots being produced. Cincinnati Savings and Loan, Colerain Township Business Association, Colerain Community Association, Colerain Fire Department, Robert Rumpke and family, Gailey Post, VFW 7340, Duke Retail Division, Team Cycling and Fitness, Gailey Post, VFW 7340, and also Gailey Post 7340 Social Club, Hart and Gershbach, Waltz Barbecue, Good Timers Club, Zillick Excavation and Paving, Walmart, Kroger Corporation, McDonald Restaurant, John Staley Meat, Northgate Mall, Colerain Public Works Division, the Boyle family, Bernecker family, and also Dan Malloy. Thanks for staying, Dan. Okay. And I'd like to extend a special thanks also to Connie Cunningham and whoever is supporting her for the box up there at the corner, because we had the box up there was waterlogged for a while. And once again, I'd like to remind the Colerain Township residents and businesses that the Memorial Committee will be meeting this March the 26th at 10:30 here in the building. And if you have any suggestions, please contact the Township Administrator, or you can contact me at 240-4867. And I'd like to follow up on something the young lady in front of me asked. A question when the YMCA MOU, I think they call it, Frank, was presented, the 25,000, the gentleman that was in charge of the Y was sitting behind me. And I asked him about the residents that are members there now. Are there fees going to be increased? Are they going to stay the same? Myself being a military man and a member of Silver Sneakers, how's this going to be handled? And I've been unable to get in contact with that gentleman, and I thought maybe you've got an update on it.
I mean, at this time, I think they've only been doing some due diligence for about a week and a half. So, my understanding is that the fees would not be increased initially. Now, who's to say if they expand? I mean, programming costs money. So if they do substantially expand the programming beyond what they're getting, the 25,000, then I would foresee there would be the possibility that fees would be increased. But I think, at this juncture, they're just trying to find out, what our participation rate is, what people are interested in, what we can expand. They've got a lot of great ideas, but I don't want to give you an answer to that right now because honestly, I think in some ways the programming is dictated by the members themselves. And if they say we want to buy another kiln for ceramics and we want to expand to glass, mosaic, whatever, then there could be some fees involved with that.
Does anybody have any idea how many residents belong to?
We just went over that. I believe there's and I don't know if it's residents. I think there's about 160 paid members. Don't quote me on that, but that's a ballpark. And I will say that you forgot Western Economic Council and Integris on your pavers. They purchased too as well. So
these are ones that I have this for, Frank. So I can't tell you about the other ones.
Oh, they paid, believe me.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Heather and I have been going around and around about that. The other thing was the Kroger Marketplace down here. In the December and January meetings, the question was brought up, who owns that property? And I went back and looked at my notes and all, and we were told the Kroger company owned that property. We own it now, I would presume, as of the 27th.
And what property?
The corner up where Marketplace is going to be put in.
No, all the property is owned by the same people that owned the property before. And you can find out who owns the property on the auditor's website.
Okay, but here again, Jeff, not to dispute you, but I asked the question point blank, who was going to own the property, because this is the first time Kroger has ever purchased property to build a store.
This is the first time Kroger's ever purchased property to build a store? I didn't know that.
In this area, yes.
I don't think that they've purchased any property yet.
Okay, so the money that we're $3,250,000, we're purchasing the product, and Kroger's going to pay us rent on it then.
Are you talking about the TIF?
I can tell you that Kroger has changed its philosophy to some extent because they're planning on building a Kroger in Liberty Township, and they're going to open.
Okay, Mr. Barbier, I'm just trying to get something straight because a lot of the residents that live back here, I don't live back there, so I feel sorry for those people because they were, use my language, but they were dumb enough not to ask some questions.
You asked a question.
Yeah, well, okay. That answers that. The other question is 3618 Springdale, that is the Marketplace position, am I correct? That's where the $3.25 million is going?
3618 is where the strip center is currently.
Yeah, okay. All my questions. Thank you, gentlemen and ladies.
And I must say that the residents did ask the question. I was at the hearing, who's going to own this? And I believe we did say that Kroger said that they are going to own this facility at the hearing. So they did go on record saying they were going to own it because they were leasing the other facility and they couldn't control who was going to go in that. So Kroger is saying on the record that they're going to own this at the end of the day.
So they're going to buy it from you, huh? Maybe. Thank you.
And own the property. I will. Yep.
Next, we have was there any need for public hearing tonight? Don't hear any. New business, public safety. I believe we have Chief Cook first.
Okay, the fire department has one action item for the board to consider tonight, and that's a change in pay status for firefighter EMT Jacob Westridge to the rank of firefighter EMT fire apparatus operator at the pay rate of $14.72 effective March 15th, 2015.
Motion to approve?
Second.
I did.
I seconded.
Peters?
Aye.
Ms. Reinhardt?
Aye.
Ms. Ritter?
Aye.
Director Malloy is next.
Just have one item for the board, approval. Ask for the board to approve a resolution for disposal of equipment which is obsolete, unfit, or unneeded for public use, and reflective of the ORC Section 505.10. Ask for the board's support.
So moved.
Second?
Mr. Dieters?
Aye.
Ms. Reinhardt?
Aye.
Mr. Ritter?
Aye.
Here's the resolution.
Thank you.
Chief Denny, you have the last two.
Two items. The first is a request to approve the 2015 impound lot fees and the amended impound lot agreement that's included in the packet.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Mr. Dieters?
Aye.
Ms. Reinhardt?
Aye.
Mr. Ritter?
Aye.
Second item is a donation acceptance from Bob and William Stenger. They're owners of Cincinnati Mining Machinery down on John Rose and Colerain area. For our Department K-9 program, they're going to donate $500 on behalf of the company. And then both individuals, Bob and William, also gave $500. It's a $1,500 donation. If you remember last meeting, we had substantial monetary and in-kind donations also for the K-9 program.
I'll make a motion to accept. The Stangers have been great friends of this township, especially the police department.
Absolutely.
Best evidenced by their help with the community center.
Very valued member of the community.
Very true. Second.
Mr. Dieters?
Aye.
Ms. Reinhardt?
Aye.
Mr. Ritter?
Aye.
Frank, I think that leaves you.
Just a couple items tonight. The approval of the return of advances, I think Trustee Ritter asked last time when we did an advance, this is the payback. We received the auditor's advance of money, so we're returning that to the rightful general fund.
We need a motion for that?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So moved.
Second?
Mr. Dieters?
Aye.
Ms. Reinhardt?
Aye.
Mr. Ritter?
Aye.
The second item is approval of an interfund transfer. Recommend approval in the amount of $50,000 from the general fund to the zoning fund.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Mr. Dieters?
Aye.
Ms. Reinhardt?
Aye.
Mr. Ritter?
Aye.
And the final item this evening is approval of an employment agreement for Dan Malloy as Assistant Administrator, Director of Public Safety, effective March 10th, 2015 through December 31st, 2017.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Mr. Dieters?
Aye.
Ms. Reinhardt?
Aye.
Mr. Ritter?
Aye.
Thank you.
Ms. Harlow, that leaves you.
Before I begin my report, I wanted to offer my condolences to the Ludwig family. They don't live in Colerain anymore, but they lived in Colerain, not too far from Northwest High School. This is the mother and daughter that were killed on the bridge in Kentucky. And Mrs. Ludwig, I guess I could probably call her Elaine by now, but I always knew her as Mrs. Ludwig. Was the Girl Scout cookie mom for years and years with my mother in Girl Scouts, and Amanda graduated from Northwest last year and was an amazing young woman, so certainly a loss for the whole community. Okay. On a much lighter note, I will ask for the board's usual approval of payroll, purchase orders, and receipts.
So moved.
Second.
Peters?
Aye.
Ms. Reinhardt?
Aye.
Mr. Ritter?
Aye.
That's it this night, actually.
I believe that is it. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Dieters?
Aye.
Ms. Reinhardt?
Aye.
Mr. Ritter?
Aye.
Everybody have a good night tonight.